Right now, there is a quiet revolution happening inside warehouses all over the world. And if you are running a warehouse, managing a supply chain, or making decisions about logistics, this is the single most important trend you need to understand in 2026. Artificial intelligence is no longer some futuristic concept reserved for tech giants with bottomless budgets. It is here, it is practical, and it is already transforming the way warehouses operate at every level. Let me put some numbers behind that claim. According to McKinsey, 80% of warehouses will be using some form of AI by 2028. That is not a prediction about the distant future. That is 2 years from now. The global warehouse automation market is projected to hit $27 billion by 2027, according to LogisticsIQ. And companies deploying AI-driven picking robots are seeing 4 times faster picking speeds compared to traditional manual methods. But here's what most people get wrong about AI in warehousing. They hear artificial intelligence, and they immediately picture robots replacing workers. That is not what is actually happening. The real story is far more interesting. AI amplifies your people. It takes your best warehouse associate and makes them dramatically more effective. It takes your most experienced demand planner and gives them visibility they never had before. Think of it less like replacing the driver and more like giving every driver a GPS, real-time traffic updates, and a co-pilot who never gets tired. Let me walk you through what that actually looks like in practice. Machine learning algorithms are now capable of predicting demand 2 to 4 weeks ahead with accuracy that would have been unthinkable 5 years ago. These systems analyze historical sales data, weather patterns, social media trends, economic indicators, and dozens of other signals to tell you what is going to sell, how much, and when. Then there is computer vision. AI-powered cameras can now inspect products, verify labels, count inventory, and detect damage with 99.9% accuracy. That is not a rounding error. That is virtually perfect quality control running 24 hours a day without breaks, without fatigue, and without the inconsistency that comes with human visual inspection over long shifts. And perhaps the most exciting development is natural language interfaces. Warehouse managers can now ask their systems plain English questions like, "Show me which SKUs had the highest pick errors last week," or "What is our projected capacity for the holiday surge?" No coding, no complex queries, just a conversation with your warehouse management system. Now here is the part that should get your attention. The top 10% of warehouse operators are already using these technologies. They are already seeing the gains. They are already pulling ahead of their competition. And the gap between the AI-enabled warehouses and the ones still running on spreadsheets and gut instinct is getting wider every single quarter. The question is not whether AI will transform warehouse operations. That is already settled. The question is whether you will be in the group that leads this transformation or the group that scrambles to catch up. In the next section, I am going to show you exactly 5 AI use cases that are working right now, today, in real warehouses. Not theory, not pilot programs. Proven, deployed, delivering ROI. Stay with me. All right, let us get specific. Here are 5 AI use cases that are not theoretical, but working in real warehouses right now and delivering measurable results. If you are thinking about where to start, this is your shortlist. Number 1. Demand forecasting with neural networks. Traditional forecasting relies on historical averages and maybe some seasonal adjustments. AI-powered forecasting is a completely different animal. Neural networks ingest massive data sets, everything from your sales history to local weather forecasts to macroeconomic indicators, and they find patterns that no human analyst could spot manually. The result is demand predictions that are accurate 2 to 4 weeks out, sometimes longer. That means you stock the right products in the right quantities at the right time. Less overstock, fewer stockouts, better cash flow. If you only implement one AI use case this year, this is the one that pays for itself fastest. Number 2, dynamic slotting optimization. Here is a problem every warehouse manager knows. Your fastest moving SKUs should be in the most accessible locations. But product velocity changes constantly. What was a hot seller last month might be collecting dust this month. AI-driven slotting continuously analyzes order patterns, pick frequencies, and product dimensions, then recommends or automatically executes slot reassignments. The impact is significant. Warehouses using AI slotting are reporting 20 to 35% less travel time for pickers. That translates directly to higher throughput with the same headcount. And according to Deloitte, smart slotting combined with climate-aware placement is driving 15% energy savings by reducing unnecessary movement of temperature-controlled goods. Number 3. Predictive maintenance. Equipment downtime is one of the most expensive problems in warehouse operations, and it almost always hits at the worst possible time. AI monitors vibration, temperature, power consumption, and usage patterns on conveyors, forklifts, and sorters. Modern predictive maintenance systems flag potential failures up to 72 hours before they happen. That is 3 full days of warning to schedule a repair during off-peak hours instead of dealing with an emergency breakdown during your busiest shift. The savings are not just in repair costs. It is the revenue you do not lose from unplanned downtime. Number 4. Autonomous mobile robots. These are not the clunky industrial robots of the past. Today's autonomous mobile robots, or AMRs, navigate dynamically around people, pallets, and obstacles. They work alongside your team, transporting goods from storage to packing stations, handling repetitive travel so your people can focus on tasks that require judgment and dexterity. The best implementations eliminate the walking. In a typical warehouse, pickers spend over half their time just moving between locations. AMRs cut that dramatically, letting your team pick more orders per hour with less physical strain. Number 5. AI-powered quality control. This one is a game changer for any operation dealing with high SKU counts or strict compliance requirements. AI vision systems can now inspect up to 500 items per minute, checking for damage, verifying labels, confirming quantities, and catching defects that the human eye would miss at speed. According to data from industry deployments, AI vision systems reduce mispicks by 40% compared to manual inspection. That is fewer returns, fewer complaints, and far less rework across the board. So where should you start? My recommendation is demand forecasting or dynamic slotting. Both deliver ROI in weeks, not months. They work with the systems you already have and build the data foundation for the more advanced use cases down the road. In the final section, I will give you a step-by-step framework for actually getting started with AI in your warehouse, including the number 1 mistake that kills 70% of AI projects before they ever deliver value. So you are convinced that AI can transform your warehouse. The use cases are proven. The ROI is real. But how do you actually get started without wasting 6 months and a significant budget on a project that goes nowhere? Let me give you a 4-step framework that the most successful warehouse operators are following. But first, the most important stat you will hear today. According to Gartner, 70% of AI projects fail. 70%. But here is the critical detail. They do not fail because the technology does not work. They fail because of bad data, unclear goals, and poor implementation strategy. The technology is ready. The question is whether your organization is ready for the technology. Step 1. Audit your data. This is where most operations skip ahead and pay for it later. Before you buy any AI tool, understand what data you have, how clean it is, and where the gaps are. Look at your WMS data. Are your inventory counts accurate? Are your order histories complete? Do you have consistent SKU naming? AI is only as good as the data you feed it. Garbage in, garbage out is the reason 70% of projects fail. Spend 2 to 4 weeks getting your data house in order. It is the highest leverage investment you will make. Step 2. Start with one use case. Do not try to boil the ocean. Pick the single use case that addresses your biggest pain point and has the cleanest data available. For most operations, that is demand forecasting or dynamic slotting. Implement it. Measure it. Learn from it. A focused pilot that delivers results in 60 to 90 days builds organizational confidence and creates momentum for the next initiative. Trying to deploy 5 AI systems simultaneously is a recipe for delivering 0. Step 3. Integrate, do not replace. The best AI implementations work with your existing systems, not instead of them. Your WMS, your ERP, your labor management tools, these are not going away. AI should layer on top of them, enhancing what you already have. Look for solutions with open APIs and proven integrations. If a vendor says you need to rip out your current systems, that is a red flag. Modern AI platforms plug into your existing infrastructure and make it smarter. Step 4. Measure relentlessly. Define your success metrics before you deploy. Pick rate improvement, inventory accuracy, order cycle time, cost per order, energy consumption. Whatever matters most to your operation, put a number on it. Measure the baseline and track the change. According to Supply Chain Brain, the average ROI timeline for warehouse AI implementations is 6 months. But you will only know if you are on track if you are measuring from day one. Here is what I want you to take away from this video. AI in warehouse operations is not coming. It is here. The top performers are already using it. The tools are more accessible and more affordable than ever. And the gap between AI-enabled operations and traditional ones is widening every quarter. You do not need a massive budget. You do not need a data science team. You need clean data, a focused starting point, and the willingness to measure and iterate. If you want to see how this works in practice, CerebroChain gives you AI-powered warehouse intelligence out of the box. Demand forecasting, dynamic slotting, predictive maintenance, and real-time visibility, all in one platform built for warehouse and logistics operations. Start a free trial at CerebroChain.com. If this video helped you, hit subscribe. We publish weekly supply chain intelligence covering the strategies the top operators are using right now. I will see you in the next one.